everyone, welcome to Yuan's TV. We are very excited to have the famous British band The Silly 90s on our TV show tonight. I had a chance to speak with them about their first tour in China. Here is what they had to say. So when you found out you were coming to China, how did you prepare for the trip?
Preparing for China, well I think, just watched a lot of Bruce Lee movies really. I mean, he seems like he's got it down pretty good, you know, with all that kung fu magic stuff.
Oh, me? Well, I suppose I just did this in the meal, or, you know, I heard the Chinese girls really like that.
Well, for preparing for the trip, I just thought I'd drink a lot of the Tsingtao beer, you know, and just sort of drink down the culture. Worked out fantastic for me. It got me quite smashed.
Yeah, I tried to learn some Chinese. Konnichiwa.
It was very stressful because I had to make sure that all the paperwork is done in order to get the visas and that the government will allow the band to enter the country.
I have heard that you have tried to come to China many other times, but were not allowed. What was the difference this time?
You're right, we tried several times to enter the country, but we were always told that the music is too rebellious and too individualistic.
Like, half the songs seem to be about, like, anti-government this, anti-society that, you know?
Yeah, well this time we had to change a lot of our music and lyrics.
Just the whole censorship thing, it was bloody tiring is what it was. Re-recording the album, it was a lot of bloody work.
It was really hard because my music, the lyrics that I create really mean a lot to me. Like, you know, they're all about individual freedom, individual speech, freedom of speech.
We rant on about our queen all the time.
Well, you know, the thing is, I suppose like back in Britain, we have the whole nationalist thing, you know, God save the Queen, everybody loves the Queen. Well, really, when it comes back down to it, you know, if I don't like the Queen, I say, I don't bloody like the Queen.
God save the Queen! The fascist regime!
But you come to China, you know, I mean, you don't go around and people don't say, oh, I don't like Hu Jintao, or I don't like Mao. You don't say that. Nobody, oh, don't talk about Mao.
北极欢迎你，为你开天辟地，流动中的美丽充满着朝气。
I mean, it just wasn't something that they really went for in the country, so there's a lot of changes that unfortunately had to be made.
So have you been able to stay well behaved, or have your rock star nature gotten you into any trouble here so far?
Oh, there's this one night after a gig that we did at this club, and the club owner invited us back to his flat.
It was a fabulous party, but it was really unfortunate that Martin would not take off his shoes. That really got the host just in a big ninny, just making the place really dirty and unsanitary.
That was a horrible night. The manager was so insulted. I thought that I had told the band to respect Chinese customs.
Oh, you know, that was a tough night. I probably would have had my shoes on as well if I wasn't up in the hot tub with a couple of the girls.
We were lucky that the club owner didn't have very much Guangxi, or else all of the other shows would have been cancelled.
I don't even really know what Marlena's always complaining about. She's had a few wild nights as well.
Any other great stories?
Well, there was this one show that we played. It was a great show, the crowd was awesome, but the weirdest thing, they were making everyone pay to use the toilet.
Yeah, that was a bit outrageous that night. They was making everyone pay for the toilets. You can't make people pay for the toilets. The people must do as they please.
I feel that I should be able to urinate just wherever I feel like urinating. I shouldn't have to pay for it. I just don't see any logic behind that. What happens if you don't have a quarter? Then, I mean, do you wet yourself?
So, you know, I got them all riled up. I figured I'd make some signs. My education's not so bright, so my writing's not quite as neat as it should be, but figured I'd have a go at it anyway and try writing up some signs.
We just felt that it was an invasion of rights. You know, it's just not what we're used to back home.
We started these big chants and, you know, free toilet, free toilet.
Free toilet, free toilet.
Free toilet, free toilet.
And these big signs and everything. It was great, but everyone just looked at us like completely shocked.
Everyone was kind of confused what we were going on about. It didn't really turn out the way that we expected.
They didn't understand at all, and they were completely appalled or something.
Oh, that show was a disaster. The club owner was so angry, and I tried to calm him down, but there was no chance. He had already called the police.
After the show, we were just walking out of the gig, and we completely got arrested.
So what do you feel like you had learned in China? Do you think you will come back again?
Yeah, well, I think I've learned that people in China really have something to say. They may not say it aloud or publicly, but they definitely have something to say. They do have a voice and they do have messages to be heard. You just have to dig deeper behind closed doors.
Yeah, over here in China, I don't know, the people here are just really smart people. Just a lot going on upstairs, you know?
I learned that the true character of China is really all about the people. From the outset, the country is always defined by the actions of its government. I really hope that as China continues to open up to the world, that the people get to hear more about the people and that it's less about the government.
You know, a lot of their policies, like say banning our albums or stopping us from coming over here to tour, are meant to like preserve the culture and the harmony. And I get that, but I really think that creativity stimulates innovation, and you need free thinking to do that, you know? I mean, as long as bands are going to agree to conform to the standards that the government wants, of course they'll be allowed to come back here. But the question is, should they? Should they be supporting that sort of conformity?
I think a better question might be when there will be a Chinese rock band with interesting or provoking things to say, and when will they be allowed to tour the world?
The Silly 90s raised some very interesting questions for us to think about. I wish them good luck on their next tour on Cuba. Thank you for watching Rance TV. Bye.